Hello, my beautifuls. I hope you guys are well. Let me fix this for us. We're going to be talking about the Sebastian Rogers case, and it is going to be a live call-in show. And I will be putting the number up on the screen and opening the phone call shortly. We have a lot to talk about. There are so many things changing. I'm trying to keep up, y'all. But I decided the best way to keep up is for you guys to kind of give me what you know. Give that call in and tell me what you think. Now, you might hear my Jack Russells. They're brothers, and they're playing in the background, and they're having a good time. I want to welcome everybody to 1111 True Crime. This is a series that I'm trying, and it's going wonderful. I'm so excited to be able to hear your voice. And it's called Be My Guest True Crime Chat Time. And you get to call in, and I get to talk with you. We get to have a one-on-one conversation, and our 1111 family comments, and I share that with you. And I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun. I am really looking forward to it. I do want to show you guys a few things. So let's get over here real quick. Fair use disclaimer. You know what it says. I got a big question, you guys. I know everybody's like, I still don't get what you're saying. I need y'all to pay close attention. Really close attention. This is Sebastian Rogers, TBI poster. No matter who you are in the case, whether you believe the restaurant was the last place that he was seen, or you believe that he made it home and disappeared that night, I have a problem with this TBI poster, and here is why. It states Sebastian was last seen. Like saw, seen, sighted, somebody visually laid eyes on this child on February 26th, which is Monday. Not at his home. It says in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville. Who saw Sebastian on Monday, you guys? What do they know that they're not telling us? Wearing black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and glasses, Sebastian has a medical condition that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance. If you have seen Sebastian or have information regarding his whereabouts, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615-451-3838 or TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. I'm not getting it. Right here. Sebastian was last seen on February 26th, 2024, in the area of the Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. So I don't mean to be like, okay, I'm going to do a third video, but I still have people literally that are very loving and kind, and they're saying, I don't get what you're saying, Mama D. I'm saying, who saw Sebastian at any time, no matter who they are, who saw Sebastian on Monday, February 26th? Who saw him in the area of Stafford Court? Okay? So that's something that I wanted to reiterate, that's why I keep coming back to it, because I'm like, something's not right here. Nobody's hearing me. Like, I go over and the Amber Alert is the 26th, but when I go to the National NIC, where they're talking about children, and missing and so forth, oops, I just hit the mic, that is dated on the 25th, Sunday. And I'm like, okay, what does TBI know that we don't know? Is it an error? Have they literally made it error and we caught it and we need to get it corrected? Or is this TBI's way of saying, this is what we're going to tell you, right? That he was seen, because it says Sebastian was last seen on February 26th. This is TBI's flyer, y'all. Welcome, everybody. Pendizzy, hello, lovely. Zanami. Oh, it's Zananan. I can't say it. Love you, dear. Joan Marie, hello, hello. You haven't noticed that? I couldn't quite seem to put it out there in the way I was trying to. And I was getting it kind of twisted and trying to communicate it, and it was getting too complicated. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to grab the poster itself. I'm going to highlight it, and it says Sebastian was last seen on February 26th, which is Monday. So people make F-ups all the time. Right, Samuel? This is a child's missing poster. It's pretty damn important. The very most critical time is where and when that child was last seen and who they were with, right? This is a pretty critical thing. There's no excuse, and if it is an error, it needs to get corrected. And if it's not an error, it makes me wonder, was Sebastian seen and nobody knows it but TBI? Did they get a tip? And they were like, oh, or did they actually get some camera footage or something that they're not sharing? I don't know. I just thought it is worth us looking into. I mean, that's my thing. I'm going to bring up anything I find strange, right? Pendisi 100. Right. Hey, Jennifer Swain, lovely. How are you? Debbie Clark, that is a great question. In what time frame was he last seen, considering that at 6 a.m. his mother was to wake at 6 a.m.? I kind of missed something there, but I get what you're saying. I mean, remember that one little comment? And this is hard if we don't have it. I wonder what it was under. Because I have every clip, but not every clip, but almost. And Katie was talking about, okay, I bet I could find it because I remember it. Hold on. Let me get over into our little library here. Let's go to our missing children. Let's find Sebastian Rogers. Let's go to with clips. All right, so it was weird because Katie said she went in her car and was looking for Sebastian in her car, and then she was going to say, but he had already, and Chris cut her off. And I was like, what did it mean? He had already what? I'm looking. There's so much here. And if I remembered what it was named. Okay, I should have had it on the air with you. But you feel me. So that's one thing I wanted to kind of get your opinion on. And then we got this. We got to talk about this. The newest news is that the PI has pulled out. I'm not going to get into it and read this entire thing, but I am going to talk about this. She says, I am going to comment on one thing regarding Katie. And I felt the same thing. Nope, that's not what I was going to read out loud. But I do feel the same way, that if Katie survived that, I feel for her. But anyway, she says, lastly, I have seen... Okay, I can't read this, you guys. Hold on. Let's get this up here. Okay. Lastly, I have seen many asking if I am still working for Seth with recent developments and with Mr. Mathis taking over. I am stepping back. Justice Lawyers Investigations services are always available to him if he needs us. But to answer your question, we are no longer under a retainer. She goes on to say, we do believe that the photo at Grandfather Mountain is Sebastian, and until we know one way or another, there isn't much we can do. If it is Sebastian, this would become a federal case, and we would be thrilled for the FBI to take the lead. This would be the best development yet. As a private investigator, we can do a lot to help the case along. But we do not have the ability, listen close, to get warrants. And that is what is needed to gather evidence necessary to find Sebastian. So I found out that Seth is on the Pascal show with this new gentleman, Tony Mathis. Now, Tony Mathis is just a guy. I believe he was working automobile sales or something, but he's a close friend of Caleb Harris's family, and he began to work with them and handle things so that they can focus on actually looking for Caleb. Well, Tony Mathis is now helping Seth, and the PIs are pulling out. But that being said, I heard on the Pascal show, Seth, or it was Tony Mathis, or both, were talking about there's video footage at that center at the Grandfather Mountain tourist area there, that there are cameras there, and that Seth is not being shown the footage. All right? That nobody's being shown the footage. But Seth absolutely does believe that is most likely Sebastian, which is hope, and I don't blame him. One of the things I felt from the very get-go with Sebastian, I have felt that he has been alive and will continue to be alive. I have felt that I'll be honest, you know this, if you've been paying attention for more than a half a minute, you know that I was highly suspicious of Katie's family over in the North Carolina, Virginia area. I mean, I've done enough videos. So for me to be watching this where I'm seeing what appears to be a boy that resembles Sebastian extremely a lot, fits his description almost verbatim, for his own father to really, really, really believe that that is Sebastian, it really is pointing me to the direction that my gut might have been on in some way, right? But what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Do you feel that there is hope here? Let me get back over here. Did I do it right? Nope, I didn't do it right. I got to open it with a different program so that we can jump back and forth. I'm learning some shortcuts here. All right, so this is where we switch over. I'm going to get our little phone on. I'm going to get our microphone set up, and it is call-in time. Get ready, my lovelies. I can't wait to hear your voice, and we can talk about things. There we go. Let me make sure everything's good. Put that on. No. I think I did it right. And then let me turn the volume up. Good deal. I think we're almost ready. Hold on a minute. I've got to switch mics. We'll do a little sound check here. Can you guys still hear me okay? Do I sound too low? Hold on. Who's crying? It's raining outside and the dogs haven't been out to play and they're getting whiny at this late hour. Okay, I think we got everything. And with that being said, I'm going to switch over, my lovelies. I got so many buttons and hoops, I don't even know what I'm doing. There we go. So if you want to discuss the Sebastian Rogers case in any part of, if you want to talk about the rumors going out there about the neighbors and what's being said, and I mean, we've heard talk about the mattress. We've heard talk about all kinds of things. So if you need to vent or you just want to be Sebastian's voice, feel free to call in. The number is 715-965-8617. And I can't wait to hear your voice. Sam R. says, yeah, right foot turns in just like the one in the pictures they put out. I noticed that too. Yeah, his footing. It just looks like something he would do. Welcome back, creating a homestead in Colorado. Every time I think of Katie and Chris put Sebastian through, I feel sick to my stomach. I hear you. I absolutely hear you. I'm just going to check that we have a dial tone or that we've got phone service. I know YouTube has a lag too. Hold on. I always question if I did it right until I get that first call because it's still new to us. Sam R. says they have footage of a child at the mountain. Correct. That's what we're hearing. Penn Dizzy says trying to keep him from telling on them maybe. I'm a little quiet. I'll try to talk louder. Thank you, Reiki. Linda Brooke Ober says prayers that it is Sebastian. FBI would have to step up because cross state lines. Right. As hello, lovely. Thank you for coming in. And Sassy's here too. And Jennifer Swain is here. We got some beautiful mods. We really, really do. There's Joyful. Hello, lovely. Aw, Cassie Ruku. I just seen that you gave us a snooper chat. Thank you, love. You say police in the nature place said that there is footage of the day that photo was taken, only it's under investigation. So Seth cannot see it at this time. I added at this time. But I agree with you. You are absolutely right. That's what we know. Joan says that is the date on our national website also. So who would have seen Sebastian on the 26th, which would be Monday? How does that work? I'm completely confused now. I mean, I thought I was confused before, but no, I'm seriously confused. Hold on just a minute. Sorry about that, you guys. I had to do something real quick. What you got? Oh, there's a lot of you. I just want to say thank you, guys. We got 333 in chat. Hold on just a moment. We have our first caller. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. Be my guest. Who is with us today?
Hi.
Hi.
I've been thinking about this. Is Mo.
Oh, okay. Hey, Mo. Thanks for calling back.
How you doing, sweetheart? I've been thinking about this, and there's no way I can think of that is not. There's no. I don't think it's Sebastian, because if it was, we would have known already. I don't think that the FBI or who's ever investigating this is saying anything, because I think they're still looking into the parents, which honestly, even the father, I don't know if you've I'm sure you have looked at the marriage and what he's done to Sebastian.
Yeah.
And also
what was alleged to be done.
Alleged.
I mean, divorces get messy and things get said. And if somebody wanted to make sure as a mother that they were able to keep more custody, they might allege a real negative thing. But if all that were true, I doubt he would have been given half custody.
Right, but also weren't the what do you call it, involved? I don't know, it's different in Massachusetts, CPS.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, like CPS or something.
Yeah, they were involved, and I'm sure this kid has been through hell. And I had a son, thank God, and I got help for him early on, when he was 4, actually, and nobody seemed to have gotten help for this child ever, till it was like really late. Plus, he was at this thing about the garage, in a mattress in the garage, and him getting sprayed by, I mean, just the abuse this child has taken, plus sexual abuse.
Oh, be careful. What? Hold on.
Sorry.
You got it. You gotta be careful, because of YouTube will literally just take the video down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. We just have to remember our YouTube friendly rules. I don't agree with it. I got I got a hand slap because I was talking about what may have occurred with Katie, and I was supporting her as a survivor, and YouTube slapped me hard.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if we're trying to spread awareness or not. YouTube does not want that discussed, and I am against that. But I have to oblige.
Right. No. Do you say SA? Is
Yep.
that what you say?
Yep. We use initials. Use initials for things.
Okay.
RSO is a
sorry.
registered SO. You know.
Yeah. I'm very sorry.
No worries, Mo. No worries.
Were also abused, in more ways than one, and I just don't understand why they nobody has gotten help for this child at all.
Well, and you're not making an invalid point. I have yet to see anybody say, well, here's somebody that was working with Sebastian and his disabilities,
Right.
or anything. It's like it was as if he was, I don't want to say it, but it,
Right.
yeah.
No, I understand. Yep. And another thing is with the video that I'm sure a lot of people have heard about, Chris talking to him about his room being cleaned. I mean, with my son, we used to just have a game and let's do this and let's clean it this way. And how do you want to clean it? And yeah, you got a good idea. You know what I mean? Like there's things that they teach parents.
Yeah.
I was a single parent because I got a divorce from a husband who was abusive. And
Good for
that
you.
stopped real quick. Oh yeah. I had to end up going to Taekwondo, and things took a turn. And I had to. You have to try to take care of what's available for yourself. You know what I mean? And
I do.
When you have your children, it's a whole different ball game.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to bring up, for those of you that are just learning a little bit about autism and the higher functioning part of autism, you may not be aware that, and I'm not saying you, Mo, I'm doing this like general for those that are new to that. That has absolutely nothing to do with intelligence. My son is highly functioning autism, and when he was in kindergarten, I took my first grader and my kindergartner in, and we had a 9-digit number each of us that I had on a little piece of paper, and I had entered the 9 digits for each of us to be able to get our lunch. Well, I forgot the paper, but I had left it in the car, and Noah had looked at it. Well, we get up there in the middle of the school, and it's the lunchroom. We already got our trays, and we go to pay for it, and we have to enter this 9-digit number for each kid and me. And I'm like, good Lord, it's as long as my social security number, and it's in the car. I don't know what to do. And Noah says, well, I can punch in my number. I'm like, you know your number? He's like, yeah. So he punched it in, and boom, he's clear. And I'm standing there, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. I wonder if I can pay cash for my meal. And he's like, want me to punch your number in? And then he did Quentin's too. And I was like, yep. Because it has nothing to do with intelligence.
Yeah, actually, they're geniuses a lot. Even Elon Musk, they're saying he's, on the whatever spectrum of what, they think he is also, and he's a genius.
Yeah. It can very easily happen.
There's different aspects of every.
It's a social dyscognitive type. For instance, it's not being able to understand emotion well.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with what 120, what the square root of something is. They can figure that out. They can memorize almost anything. A lot of high functioning autistic children actually are extremely gifted at mathematics and music and anything with a rhythm or a pattern, because they like structure, and so they adhere to it. One of the things my autistic son did for years that soothed him was word circles.
Really?
Oh, he would go through a book in a day and a half. And I would literally, every single time I went to the store, I found great love in finding a new one he didn't have. And that he didn't outgrow that till he was, I'd say, 16. But he started it at 3. But the weirdest thing my son ever did that explained to me why I knew how intelligent an autistic person could be. He was just 3, and he was going to go to Head Start and be tested for, all that stuff and learn to do all the stuff in school. And the teacher came out and she said to him, can you count for us? And he counted to 10 like she told him. He was like real easy at it. And then he's like, I can count in a lot of different ways. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. I didn't know where he came up with counting by twos. And she's like, what do you mean you can do other ways? He's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And this is 3-year-old. And I
Wow.
had never taught it to him. And I'm like, where'd you get that all from? So then we found out over the next year as he went to school that you could name a number. You could say count by 11s or count by 12s. Now he'd go a little slower, but faster than your calculator.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's amazing. That's what I mean. Every child is different. Every child that has any learning disability, anything, they're all different.
Yeah.
They're all.
And I think we have this need to put a label on something if it's different than we are. Now, my son had an IEP team, and we all know that that would be his diagnosis.
Right.
I refused to allow the doctors to enter a diagnosis as a parent
Right.
because I did not want him restricted from insurance
Right.
with a pre-existing problem. And so there's not one medical record, and I never, because there's no medicine anyway.
No.
I sought counseling when I needed through the school, the county, never had to have doctor referrals on that. And he's a good kid.
He's an awesome kid, I'm sure.
He really is. Really.
You know, it's that's what I mean. Just what do you think, knowing what you know about autistic children, how could Sebastian? I mean, he's my hero. He is like to go through what he has been through. It's amazing to me that, and especially with Katie. I mean, she. To me, I still haven't seen her rise. She doesn't seem to look up. She doesn't seem to.
I honestly feel she's on the spectrum. I think that made her an easy target for prey. And my humble opinion is that we're dealing with a stepping stones. I'm just going to leave it out there. That's my humble opinion. It's my right to have it. However, I am hopeful that oh God, I hope I am wrong. I pray to Jesus above I am wrong.
And what makes you think that, though? I'm curious.
Because all I hear about is essay this, essay that. The experiences, him calling him that. Narcissists call people the names that they are. The way Chris behaves, he seems insecure and homophobic. These are all my own opinion. And it tells me that he might be the one that was the perpetrator. He might be the one that was doing wrong to Sebastian in the way that made Sebastian fear him, in the way that it made Sebastian be so he demasculated. How do you put it? He took away the manhood and made him a baby and made him humiliated and disgusting, and he made sure everybody saw Sebastian as a burden. And it's like, get a load of what you just put out on the internet when you use the words, his own words from the stepfather Chris was, Sebastian liked to pee his pants.
Right.
That tells you everything you need to know. He has absolutely not enough intelligence or education to be around a disabled child, in my humble opinion.
No. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think that the FBI or whoever's doing this case is being quiet for a reason. They're being quiet, in my opinion, because they know something's not wrong. And, I mean, this is Chris's, fifth marriage?
Well, I'm just saying, right?
He just seems to be very, very, he's an evil person, in my opinion.
I think Chris's mother, this is again my humble opinion, influenced Chris in such a way that he has a huge negative view of women.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's a definite. And that's why he's so angry.
I think he thinks he respects his mom, but I think he emulates what he got it from. Because if he didn't get it from her, I don't know where he got that. Those phrases are like, keep your, something out of your mouth. The words coming out of your mouth. Something about spewing. And it's like, you sound like you're talking like, I don't know.
Do you have an opinion on, I'm sure you do,
I have an opinion on everything. I'm a Gemini, lovely.
What how do you think this is going to turn out?
Oh, I have no idea on that. I'm just going to say the best thing I can do in this universe, and you can do, and we can all do, is absolutely pray that Sebastian is protected, that he knows he's loved, and that he is brought to a safe return in some way. Because to speculate any further than that really, really concerns me. And it actually brings almost an anxiety attack, because I would have to put myself in a mental state to think that this beautiful child is being harmed or was harmed. And it's hard enough to hear about what may or may not have happened. I can't do anymore. I'm not going to put that myself through that.
No.
You know, why
No.
put it out in the universe? I'm just going to put hope out there, prayer out there.
You take care, sweetheart, and God bless you, and God's with him.
I
no matter
agree,
where
Mo.
he is.
Well, I love you to the moon and back for you to call me. I appreciate you so much, Mo.
Thank you so much, and keep doing what you're doing, honey.
Thank you, love.
Bye-bye, honey.
Bye-bye. Well, that was a beautiful call with her. I spoke more than I overtalked her, and I shouldn't. She's so easy to talk to, though. Mo is great. I love Mo. We might get us a few callers that become regulars. You just never know. We have such a beautiful 1111 family. And I want to say we hit 25,000. I mean, it's just incredible. You guys are insanely amazing in every way. Watching from Queensland, Australia. Hey, Karen. Hello. Hold on, you guys. We have our next caller. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. Who is our guest tonight?
Cassie Roku.
Hi, Cassie. How are you today?
Good. I just wanted to say that Sebastian has an uneven haircut in all of his photos, and in the front it's uneven, and also there's a gap.
Yeah.
There's a gap on one little side of it in every photo, basically, and it's very noticeable. If you look at all his photos. And the young man in the picture also has the same uncut, uneven haircut. And sometimes Sebastian likes to wear it like a widow's peak, you know?
I agree.
Just a little bit. But there's still that little, and if you look at that picture of the young man, it's got that little bitty piece that looks like a widow's peak, and it's got that little gap in there.
And it gives me hope. Does it give you hope, Cassie?
Yes, and I think they dyed his hair because that's more like a black sheen, like a really black, but with a blue tinge to it, right?
Yeah.
And you could convince, you could lie and say, this is like the coolest, color that they got going on for teenagers, and that would get him excited, They'd make up a story,
So let's walk this through for a minute, because this is where I haven't really explored much on a positive note. All right, so let's me and you, Cassie, say, okay, so maybe that would be him. If that's him, why would he have not walked up to anybody there and been like, can I call my dad? That's where I'm stuck.
Because I think that, I personally think that he's with somebody that the family knows.
That did kind of make me wonder that too, if there was something.
And I think maybe he thinks he's on vacation.
Right. Well, and what did he hear that night for 3 hours if he was in the home? Or what conversations had he heard if he was already thinking he was going to be relocated? Right? And not wanting to be homeschooled, but wanting to be in another school. Maybe he thinks that he's supposed to be with these people. What do you feel?
Right.
What do you feel?
Yes, and I just think it's very strange that Katie has some family living in North Carolina.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but I think the grandmother looks like that lady in the picture. Have you seen that one with the grandmother? She's got a belt on and a skirt.
I haven't seen that.
It looks so much like her.
Well, it makes you wonder, right? It does make me
Definitely.
wonder. I mean, I was right from the get-go. I don't know why, but y'all know if you've been watching me for any time on this case at all, I was like, who is Katie's mom? I got to know. Something told me I had to know, and I couldn't justify why I needed to know. Well, now I know. I'm like, ugh. All right, so it let me in on a little bit bigger of a picture of things, you
Well,
know?
I will find the picture and I will email it to you
Well, thank you.
in a few minutes because you need to see it because it's just too eerie and
Well, I appreciate that.
and you know her family has a shady history. So and also if they did this, Katie could be doing this to save her marriage.
Okay.
Because the neighbor, I don't know if you heard that phone call with the neighbor about
I did, but I don't know. I'm going to say this. I always like to be fair. I don't know if that's the neighbor or not, right?
you don't know what?
I don't have any proof it was really the neighbor because we've seen cases where people fake that they're an important part of a case and then they'll make a claim or they'll say something. And so until this person is somehow validated that they're really the neighbor.
They were.
They were?
On crime, the name is Crime Lines and Lies.
How were they verified?
There's two people and there's also the PI. And yes. And so they have, talked to them, verified their phone number, all of that.
Wow.
Their address, everything. They're the neighbor.
My goodness.
And he's a retired pilot. It's a he.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know all that.
Yes.
I wonder how he knew about the bed in the garage.
I think I don't know about exactly how he found out bad about, but I know about the pressure washer that he saw, and then he heard. I think he heard when he was doing that saying, I don't know if he said you'll have to sleep in the garage or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's also in the backyard when he said he heard Chris say it's either him or me.
Right. All right, Cassie, I want to say thank you so much. I'm going to take this call because it says restricted.
I'm gonna email that picture to you right now.
Okay, thank you, hon. I only want to take this because it says restricted. I'm wondering who it is.
Okay, bye-bye.
Love you, hon. Bye-bye.
Love you, bye.
Hello, you are on the air with Mama D.
Hi, Mama D.
Hi.
Guess who this is?
I have no idea.
Well, it is a Joyful Dolphin.
Joyful Dolphin. Hello, lovely. I love your voice.
Hi.
Hi. Good to see you. Well, good to hear from you, lovely.
Yeah, I'm calling because, question.
Yeah.
I'm a little silent for a minute. Okay?
Take your time. Just take a breath. Relax and don't be nervous. I'm just happy you called in.
I'm not nervous.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say. Surrounded by water. It's a U. Okay? In the middle is a park. Oh, some church people go there too.
Okay.
There's a bridge.
Okay.
Looking pond down the bridge. There's a little section. Way down. Okay?
Okay.
And there's a flower growing. The flower is going to grow. More flower going to grow.
Well, I feel his energy is moving. That's just me, my gut. But you could be right too. I hope not. I hope that he's alive. But Joyful, I want to say
I hope
thank
that he's
you.
alive too. I really do. But
yeah, I really do.
he's not.
Well, I'll let you believe that. I'm going to err on the side of caution right now. And just kind of let it ride. And I'm going to stay real positive. I'm going to do that because to me right now, I feel like the more positive energy we put out in the universe, the more chances that it'll be rewarded with positive energy.
Oh, of course, yes. I have positive energy. I promise.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thank you.
So, is there any questions that you want to ask me, and I'll answer, or anything?
What's your favorite color
about the case?
No. Other than the main question that I've had all night, is do you believe that he made it home from the restaurant or not?
Yes.
Okay, so you believe he made it home, and that was when it happened.
Yes.
Okay. Aw, Joyful. Born Pack Rat just gifted 10 memberships.
Awesome. Way to go. Born Pack Rat. Yay.
Yay. Ruthie, Creating a Homestead, Colorado. Karen Kilgren, Heather Ann, Joan, Column X, Reap What You Sow, Kim French, Bree Hubs, Lori Blythe. Thank you all, and thank you so incredibly much, Born Pack Rat. Yeah, Joyful, we made it to 25,000.
Awesome. That is awesome.
Well,
yes. Woo.
It took every one of us, didn't it?
Yes. Sure did.
Well, I love you, Joyful, and I want to say thank you for calling me. And I hope that
I'm done. I have to go now?
No, if you want to keep going, go ahead. I'm right here listening.
Okay. But all the stuff that they did and all this and that and them not searching and all this, I don't understand. It's not, let me see. I don't know how to word things. I don't know how to talk very well, okay?
You're doing great. You're doing so good.
It's just, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. None of it.
I agree.
A mother would not leave their baby. It just is not okay.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, my question was, I was going to say something. I mean, so the reason I say he made it home is because, she's talking about the thud.
Okay.
You go to bed, thud, this, that. If she didn't make it home, then why is she talking about a thud? And then him going to bed, and then she goes to bed around 12, but doesn't go in and check. So they had to have made it home.
Right. I don't agree. I think she's storying. I think she added the thud as a second thought. Yeah, because it didn't come out the first time. It didn't come out the second time. It came out the third interview. And then by the fourth interview, she had included a check on him verbally where he said, yes, ma'am. So the story kept increasing. And I feel like when you're asked, when the last time you ever talked to your child, you're going to know that last time. And for it to come out later in interviews that it was much later and that it was a thud and he said, yes, ma'am, and that's the last thing you heard, I can't see that working.
But in my dreams, there's a basement and then there's a side of a garage.
Yeah,
the gravel,
but
something happened, and that's in my dreams.
Yeah, but Joyful, sometimes our dreams, even from spirit, are metaphoric or they're analogies, and so we have to be careful not to lock in that somebody's energy went that route. We have to be careful. I made that mistake. I locked in with Chloe.
What do you
remember?
mean?
Well, I locked in because I could feel her energy was only a block away, and Chloe Smith, and I was like, oh, her energy's a block away, and so therefore she's no longer with us, and I would have bet my bottom dollar that child was no longer with us, and she was. And it really had happened that some assailant had entered her tent and grabbed her right while her parents were in the tent connected. And so we always want to leave that. I learned the hard way. We want to leave it open and not assume. That's just
right.
my theory, because we might be seeing something where that's a path taken. We don't know exactly. We don't know exactly.
And I guess I can say not all my dreams, well, most of all my dreams are correct, but it was written in my diaries and came to you later, but
Okay.
my mom has
And
the diaries.
you
But
might be right.
Well,
You might
as I was
be.
saying, I guess, one dream could be not true. I mean, you never know.
I just want to
It's
leave
true.
it
That could be
open.
true.
Leave open hope, right?
Yes, hope. I do have hope, and I am hoping he is alive. I'm hoping, yes.
Yeah. Well, all right, lovely. I am going to let you go for now, but feel free to call me back, Joyful. I appreciate you very much. You did a beautiful job. I don't even know why you are questioning that, because you did an incredibly good job communicating, and I want you to rest assured that, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
you
again?
did beautiful.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. It cut out.
I said you did a really good job of communicating. I thoroughly enjoyed that, as did our 1111 family, hon.
Thank you, guys. I love you.
Love you, hon. Bye for now.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Love you, babe. Bye. She is the sweetest thing on this planet. Seriously, Joyful is so cute. And you can tell she's young. Here we go, you guys. Hello, welcome to 1111 True Crime. You've reached Mama D. Who is our guest tonight?
I go by 7 Gen. I'm 7th-generation American. I go by 7 Gen.
All right. Hi, 7 Gen. Good to hear from you. And
Well, here's one for you.
okay.
I was 6 years old. My mother came in the bedroom, little bitty bedroom trailer that we had 4 of us little kids. I was the third one. My sister was the second. She gave my sister and I a paper bag each. Said, put your favorite clothes and one toy in there. We're going on vacation, just us girls.
Okay.
It was about 5 o'clock at night, so we get in the car, the boys stay home. The oldest one's like 9, and the youngest one's like 5.
And there's
So we
how
get in
many
the
of
car.
you?
There's 4 of us kids, but there's
Okay.
only the 2 girls that she only took us 2 girls, the 2 middle ones.
She leaves the boys at home, and then she takes you and your sister.
And she takes us to this place that is the biggest house. I couldn't even imagine a house like this existed.
Okay.
And it was over 100 years old, and I didn't have any idea what it was. It was just a beautiful place coming from a 1-bedroom trailer. And so she says, the lady comes over, she meets her at the door, and the lady sends us downstairs into the basement. And there's about 25, 30 other little girls my same age. My sister and I didn't get along. So we were having the best time down there, and I ran upstairs. I wanted my mom to come see something. And I'm running up and down this big hallway calling for my mom. When the lady comes out and she kneels down, she looks at me. She says, are you looking for your mom? And I said, yeah. She said, she didn't tell you? I said, tell me what? She said, you live here now.
What?
It was 14 years before I laid eyes on that woman again.
7 Jenner, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding you.
I'm hugging you emotionally right now, just so you understand that my love is for you.
It made me a hard case little girl.
It made you a tough cookie.
I was the belle of the ball. I was the person that you wanted to see walk in the door at a party. Nobody ever knew any of that about me.
You buried it.
My father lived. No, I just never told anybody.
That's what I mean. You buried it. You didn't go out there and hang it out for everybody. You buried it.
No. My father lived 50 miles from us, and he had no clue where my sister and I and my mother disappeared to.
Oh my gosh.
No clue. He gets home from work. He would work from 7 in the morning to 11 at night. He'd get home at 11 at night. My mom, my sister, and me were gone. The boys are asleep in bed, and they just tell him that she took the girls.
How long before he found out?
It was 5 years before he found me. And it was only because I went on outing with my basketball team. The school only went to the 8th grade. It was a private boarding school. It only went to the 8th grade. So,
oh my gosh.
So us 8th graders would play the high school kids for sports. It was in a newspaper, and he read an article about the local high school being beat by an elementary school. And he was reading the article, and my name was in the article.
Oh my gosh.
So he's looked again, and he looked again, and he finally got a hold of the school. He's told me this later. He got a hold of the school and said, I want my girls back. They said, you're not getting them. We were told you can't have any access with them. There was no divorce at that time. There was no divorce. There was no talk of custody. There was no talk of child support. There was no talk. My dad went to work. He came home. I'm gone. So he calls them. He says, I want my girls back. They wouldn't let him have anything to do with me. Now, every vacation, Christmas vacation, all summer long, every child in that boarding school went home to their parents. But my sister and I,
Wow.
we stayed there in that school. I used to go down to church, down in a little village. I could walk down to church and get my 5 cents in my little bucket. And that was my outing. I looked forward to going to church, not because I knew anything about religion, but I went according to what cookies they had where, because that was the only time I ever left campus. It was the only time I ever saw outside people.
Yeah.
I was gone for 5 years. I was 6 years old when I disappeared. I was gone for 5 years.
You know, this is gonna sound probably not a good thing, but it is a good thing. Honestly, you give me a little bit of hope, only because you were gone for 5 years and you're alive and you've become a spokesperson for, you know, empowering others, I can tell. And in that,
I didn't know I was missing.
Yeah.
They never put, I didn't know I was missing. And
Yeah.
so for the next 2 years after my dad knew I was there for 7 years. And the next 2 years, he tried to get in touch with us. Well, it comes graduation day, 8th grade graduation. You've aged out and you've graded out of the boarding school. You now go back to your parents. And the parents, it was rich people. It was in Vermont. It was a very rich, very nice place.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet they took me in as a charity case. I don't care why they took me in. I'm glad they did, because it taught me everything I needed to know.
Right.
2 years after my father finds I'm there, here it is, 8th grade, I'm standing up on that stage in that auditorium, and I'm looking for a family, mother, father, aunt, uncle, cousin, mailman that I might have seen one time. I'm looking for somebody I might have known, because I have no clue where I'm laying my head that night.
Bless your heart. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm so. You know what? You sound like you're quite a bit older than that time. That sounds like that's, something that built who you are, like myself. And so, like I said, you inspire me to go into the present day and look for Sebastian with hope in my heart, because like I said, you sound about my age.
5 minutes before that ceremony was finished, I happened to look over. I seen something out of the corner of my eye. And I looked over, and the back auditorium door opened, and my dad walked in.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't seen him in 7 years.
That had to be just horrendous.
I'm now a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
It was, there's hope out there.
Yep.
I didn't know I was missing. He didn't know I was 50 miles down the road.
And that's why I say you give me hope that maybe Sebastian doesn't know he's missing. You're proof. You're living proof. You are literally living proof that it can happen. You didn't know you were missing.
No, I didn't know. But I never, from the moment my mother dropped me off, I didn't see anybody in my family except my sister for 7 years.
Well, you have a divine purpose, because you're still here, and you brought a lot of hope to me tonight. And I want to thank you, Sebastian, for sharing that story, because that can't be easy to share with people.
Oh, it's easier now, because I tell people I've been there. They don't know it. I've been there. And Sebastian, I've been there.
Right.
So I believe that may have been a photo of him looking at those tour buses in the back. He may have been same exact setup as me. There was buses there. We'd go on excursions, and we'd go to these educational places.
Okay.
They'd bus us out.
You're reminded me of, like I kind of did the video. Do you remember Seven Gen, or did you see the video I did about how he could be with like family and at the same time be enrolled in an autistic program where they would do these outings? And I said that would be my best hope. Well, you're starting to remind me that is not an absurd theory. It literally happened to you.
They took us when I was like 8 years old. They took us on a trip, and we went and seen the Boston Globetrotters in the Madison Square Garden in Boston.
Wow.
No, the school was up in Vermont. So they took us out. We didn't live like 10 miles away from the places they were taking us. We went to like the Globetrotters. You know, a whole crew of us went.
Sure.
But if my father had not read that newspaper about my accomplishments on the school high score for that basketball game, that one day, if he had not read that newspaper and read that one article, he would not have known where I ended up.
Correct. Well, thank you, Seven Jen, because your story gave me hope. Thank you for calling in. And
He's out there, but he doesn't know he's missing.
Right.
I have a gut feeling. I got a gut feeling.
I do too on this. I agree with you. I have a gut feeling that I can feel an energy. I may be wrong. You might be wrong. But what is wrong with hope, right? We need the hope.
Right. And he may not be with family. He
Right.
could just be in a private boarding school, just like me.
Something.
A private boarding school, and he may love it. They may give him everything he wants to be there.
I agree with you.
All family members are removed. He goes on outings.
Aw, Jennifer Swain just gave us a snooper chat. Thank you, Jennifer Swain, for that $50 snooper chat. And you say, Mama D, just love, you're a saint girlfriend. And I'm not a saint, hon. I'm just me. Right, Seven Jen? I'm just me. You're just you, right?
That's right.
That's right. But yeah, I want to thank you for calling in and giving us this hope, because indeed you did. You've inspired me, and I personally thank you. And the others are feeling the hope too that you're spreading. And so let's just keep hope alive, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, there wasn't that one 2-paragraph article in that newspaper.
Yep.
Just like one photo.
That's all we need is one
photo
clue.
center.
Yep. We just need that one clue like you got or your dad got.
The buttons in the back were what sold it for me.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you for calling. Well, and I hope you'll call me back, Seven Jen.
Okay, I will.
All right. Thank you, love.
I was going to tell you, there's hope.
There is hope. And thank you for sharing your story, because, man, I've never heard anything like that. And that gave me, like, all of us hope. Thank you.
Good. Thank you for letting me tell you.
All right. I love you. You have a good night.
You too.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Wow. That gave me hope. Did that inspire you guys? Thank you, Mama D, for being you. Oh, thank you, Jude, for that snooper chat. Thank you, lovely. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just me. Bree Hub says, again, this pic is actually from a while ago on vacation. Apparently Seth knows that. I believe that's why Ellie hasn't disclosed on this as quickly as the glasses and pants. Discredited quickly, in my opinion. And I added, in my opinion, because we don't have anything right now that proves that. And Seth feels like it could be him. We got somebody calling in. Hello, and welcome to 1111 True Crime. Who's calling us tonight?
Oh, my God. Hey, this is Dana Lynn.
Dana Lynn. Hello, lovely. Good to hear from you.
Hey, I just want to let everyone know that not all Tennesseans are like the Proudfoots. They are not like Summer Wells' family. If you really look into it, they're not truly Tennesseans. They were not born here.
Well, I would like to add, Dana.
Searching my tail off for both of these children.
Oh, bless your heart. I would like to add, Dana, that I'm from Wisconsin, and almost all the Wisconsin people act like the Proudfoots. I'm joking. We do have a lot of a-holes up here, though. But yeah, so you are from Tennessee, as you're saying,
Yes.
and you have been looking for these children, not only
I
Sebastian,
have,
but Summer too.
Yes, I have. But with Sebastian, I've had to change up vehicles 3 times.
My goodness, why?
And there's something shady going on.
Okay. Well, we have been hearing about all kinds of, I've never heard of a case where different charity groups show up to search but don't, or do and don't, and blah, 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 and then get run off. And now we got a different PI, we got a different guy, and we're hearing about kind of like almost like, what do you call it? Intimidation. That's the word. Intimidation on searchers.
Exactly, because they will follow you, you know they're following you, but they will never stop. If you stop, they will not stop.
That's creepy.
And yeah, exactly what you're saying. They're trying to intimidate you.
Right.
I don't know. There's just something shady.
Make sure you're with somebody.
You know what gets me the most?
What?
Is up in Hendersonville, which it's North Hendersonville. Hendersonville, on that lake, is some of the richest people in Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
A lot of the country singers live on that lake.
Okay.
You don't hear anything out of not one country singer. Of course, the Proudfoots, they live way north. They're not in that clique.
Well, that
And
would be wonderful to get. You're right. It would be amazing. I wonder if we couldn't get Upchurch to throw out something for Sebastian. I bet he would.
Somebody's got to.
You are so right,
you know,
Dana Lynn. I'm
everybody-
making a note. I'm making a note for Upchurch. Oh, Sheila Smith just donated 20. Thank you for that snooper chat. She says, what a great job y'all are doing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sheila Smith. Dana Lynn, you got me thinking about Upchurch and these other ways to get people. Can you imagine them doing a big old concert in Memphis, Tennessee, or Nashville, and all of a sudden shouting out, you know, look for Sebastian Rogers. You know, it would be amazing.
No, I mean, there you sit in Nashville. Okay, 15 miles, probably 15 miles from the Proudfoots, back south.
Mm-hmm.
All those country singers are sitting up on that lake. Well, you can't search around that lake because they got gates everywhere.
Security, high security. High security.
Exactly.
Dang.
So, and they're not going to let you come up on their property. And then the people that are closer to where the Proudfoots are, they're just going on day-to-day life like, oh, well.
I have a question for you, Dana Lynn. What do you think about TBI's poster where it reads, Sebastian was last seen on February 26th, which would have been Monday, in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville? Why do you think it says that? Who would have seen him on February 26th, or is TBI actually have an incredibly bad mistype on the poster? What's your thoughts?
They got a typo, and I believe that they put it in there because she reported it on the 26th. But I don't know why they didn't put the 25th when that was the last time he was seen.
See, that's my problem, is it doesn't say reported. It says last seen, and it doesn't say in his home. It says in the area.
Well, you know TBI.
Not really. I mean, I don't.
This TBI, man, I'm about to give away where I'm from. Holly Bubbo, she was a national case. 2012, I believe.
Okay.
Young girl came up missing. We searched for a year straight.
Oh my.
TBI, nothing. And literally, the girl was found 2 years later by a ginseng hunter. Somebody just out in the woods.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of faith in TBI.
Dana, listen to this. Listen to this, Dana. This has got, you're going to laugh. Okay, so Missy Motormouth says, this is Missy Motormouth says this. Can't you see Upchurch going up against Chris Proudfoot? Oh, golly. Wouldn't that be? Oh, my golly. Oh, my golly.
Did you catch their new Harley Davidson shirts they're sporting around?
No.
Oh, yeah. Katie's wearing a gray Harley Davidson shirt. And Chris is wearing a white one. I guess they picked it up at the Harley shop. But, another thing is people don't understand is Tennessee is nothing but woods and waters.
Yep.
We are so rural.
You know what happened to me when I went to Tennessee? So this was years and years ago. I ended up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, okay? But I was coming from Georgia to Arkansas, and I was coming from Wisconsin down to Georgia, and I got into Tennessee, and I made a wrong turn off of the interstate, and it took me into instantly went from the interstate to an industrial place, and I was absolutely lost. And there was a guy getting mugged with a gun right in front of me, and I told my daughter I was lost in the middle of the night, right? And I thought I was going to pull off and get gas, but no, I did something wrong. Anyway, I told my daughter, I said, she was 8. I said, I want you to get under the seat. In other words, get in the back seat, flip the thing, and get in the trunk and lay low. Put blankets over you and everything. And I said, I got to get out of here. Because there was a policeman parked at the stoplight. It was a stop and go light there, right? He watched it, and he literally wouldn't even get out of his car and stop it. That's how bad the area was. And I got the heck out of there. I was terrified. It was literally... And I had never seen anything like that. But then it wasn't even 10 miles later, I pulled off to the correct place, and it was the most beautiful place. But it's the thickest I've ever seen with trees. I mean, it's just thick. It's when you see the woods, it's like...
When you get in between Nashville and Memphis, Tennessee, it is rural. It is the most countrified place. We are so rural. It's unreal how rural we are. And I don't know, but I can tell you this. They're not at the campground.
No?
No.
Okay, because we just heard that they were, but now they're not. Would they park their vehicles and go without it?
The vehicles are being parked there.
Gotcha. That's what I've been thinking they were going to do as a decoy.
Yeah, because Hornley, it's like a 45-minute drive for me.
Okay.
And nobody has been spotting them in and out. Okay, if they got a dog with them, the dog is never being taken out. So...
Well, wait a minute, Dana Lynn. Remember how Chris doesn't like to smell pee? So I would highly doubt the dogs are with if they're not being taken out. That's just my opinion, though.
No, that was just a throw out there, but no, nobody, and they are parked right in the entrance.
Yeah, I did see that.
They're parked. And then my last thing is, okay, what is up with that white SUV sitting at their house? Not her work vans.
I don't know. When did that get there?
SUV at their home.
When did the white SUV get to their home?
Almost identical to hers, except hers is blue. There's a white one. Oh man, that CJ, I don't follow his.
Okay.
I'm not a follower of him, but he took a drive-by photo, and there's a white SUV just like hers in the driveway.
Maybe it's her other one. Maybe they're really at the house, but they're doing that. You know, who knows? It's hard to say. I'd like to keep eyes on them just because their son's missing.
he get that, and then he's got another ex-wife that lives, I think, 8 miles down the road in an apartment complex.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. I really don't, because the ex-wives, I don't believe, have anything to do with this. And I really want to focus on Sebastian. And I know Nina got her story out there, and I'm glad she did. I believe she should have the right to share it.
One. I missed the story with Nina. So.
Well, the only way you can take that in is to watch it and understand it from her point of view and draw your own feelings from it, because it is very raw. It is, I believe, pure emotion, and it is heartbreaking. But nobody can tell you what that woman's been through any more than that one caller that shared about her story of being abandoned could share her story. It has to come from the person. So watch it if you're up for it. But you know what? Trigger warning. It'll break your heart.
Oh, I can't. I'm worried. I'm so scared for this child. We need closure. We need closure with Summer. We need some closure with Sebastian. We need closure with Idaho 4. I've been with you so long, Mama D. I swear I've been with you.
I know you have. You've been with me from ever long.
But I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to give somebody else a chance to talk, because
well, I just love you calling in.
I'm always on here listening to you, so.
Well, I just enjoy this so much, getting to put a voice to the face, to the names, and I just love it.
When Joyful got on, I was like, oh my God, there's Joyful.
She is the sweetest voice on earth, and she talks just wonderful, and she has a little insecurity, but there's no reason for it. She's just absolutely sweet as pie.
Hey, we got a heck of a family.
We do.
We truly do. We got a heck of a family.
And I was always told that in my heart that, I would never be completely alone, that the universe has always got my back. And I truly do believe that. But I had no idea how blessed the universe was going to be given to me, because to have all of you, it's something that every single day is a part of who I am, is you guys. And I just want to say thank you, because it really matters every day. I would be so lost without all of you, truly.
And because my husband has passed away, and I kept seeing 1111 everywhere. Everywhere I looked, I was seeing 1111. Never really done YouTube. Literally just popped in 1111. I'm thinking, what does this mean? What? You popped up.
Yeah.
Your channel popped up. That is exactly how I found you. And so I don't see 1111 as far as him anymore. I mean, when I'm looking at 1111,
I think he was bringing you your soul tribe. I think it's us finding, it was really interesting, because I watched a scientific experiment where they had these 2 tuning forks, and they had one that was off. It wasn't the same tune, and it wouldn't make the little ball move by itself. But then when they got the one that was of the right frequency and they hit it, it made the ball move by itself out of frequency. I believe once we are to find our soul tribe, right? Our family. We vibrate together. We magnetically seem to just attract each other.
I believe that.
I truly do. I truly do.
All right. Well, I'm going to get off for tonight.
Thank you, Dana Lynn, for calling us. I love you.
I love you too. If I catch anything, I'll shoot you an email.
I appreciate it, love. Thank you.
Okay, sweetie. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, hon. That was so awesome getting to talk to Dana Lynn. Oh, I'm getting to hear all these beautiful voices of you guys. It's so wonderful. Oh, Jennifer Swain, love you each, 1111 family. You guys, Jennifer Swain gifted another $50 snooper chat. Thank you, lovely. We love you too. It's a big 25,000 celebration. I do have a lot of hope for Sebastian. I truly, truly do, you guys. I feel like we have to have hope for him right now. I've given up hope too many times in the past. I'm not going to do it. Hello. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. Who is our beautiful guest for this evening?
This is Sheila from Texas.
Hi, Sheila. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing good. Doing better.
Good.
Yeah, this has just got my head spinning.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think anymore. My curiosity about the video where they could see like silhouettes doing things in the dark from that video
Yep.
or from the camera from the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? I mean, it looks like they're really doing something.
You know what I think it is, but nobody's going to like me.
What's that?
I'm going to be all by myself on this. I promise you. Everybody else, I love y'all, and if y'all think that that's a bunch of stuff going on, I'm going to just say okay. But in my mind, I think it's actually tree leaves that are much closer than everybody thinks, and I think they're blowing and moving in the wind. I looked at it a long time. I've actually seen that while I'm sitting in my tent camping, and it was raining and it was dark at night, and the bathroom lights were down there at the very middle of the campsite, and I thought I had intruders coming to my campsite, and I was freaking out. I was absolutely couldn't even breathe. I was holding my breath, and I started looking, and I'm like, wait a minute. It's jumping all over the place. Why? But I was seeing people in my mind, but that's what I think it is. But there are others that can see more than I can, and they could be right.
Well, I was just, that one video that's out in the late, I don't even know who it was, and they're explaining what's what.
Yeah.
And looking like somebody's bringing their hand up and hitting.
It does a little bit, but at the same time, that person can't blink out and reappear at a different place and get repetitive. But if you look at it as leaves in the wind, all of a sudden you're like, oh, geez. I mean, that's just my opinion, Sheila. Like I said, I appreciate everybody's opinion because I wear bifocals. So if my eyes don't work, it could be just me seeing it as leaves, right? I could be wrong.
I don't know. It just kind of gave me this eerie feeling, just like
it is creepy. Imagine me in my tent. Imagine me that time in my tent. I was by myself, and it had rained, and so it was windy, and the leaves were glistening too. And it was quite a ways between me and the outhouse. There was that one tree, and it just happened to keep blowing right in front of that. And I'm like, oh my God, somebody's coming. They're running. And in my head, for a little bit, I'm like, they're running at me. Yeah, but they weren't getting no closer. And I'm like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, my God, I'm just scaring myself. But it doesn't mean that that's what that is on this video either.
Well,
so
I hope it's not what it looks like. But
yeah.
Man,
So what do you think about the whole date thing? Like TBI's poster, I'm going to remind you guys. I'm going to leave it up on the screen a minute, actually. Let me make it smaller for y'all. Maybe. Or I'll just write all over it. There we go. On the TBI poster, it says Sebastian was last seen on February 26th, which is a Monday, right? Monday, in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. So do you think that that's a typo? Or do you think that literally TBI is not telling the family, or they're not somebody's not telling us, other than here, that maybe somebody saw him running sometime in the morning, like in the darkness?
I think it's a typo. I really do.
That'd be really that'd make me so mad if that's a typo, because it's a missing poster that's going to be distributed all over.
It's because he was last seen on that night.
No, he was last seen on February 25th, according to everything that we know, including the mother, the father. Nobody ever made a claim that this child has ever been seen on February 26th that I am aware of, right?
Unless Katie saw him before she went to bed, but she never said that.
That's what I'm saying.
She didn't see him from when he went to bed, at 9 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I get this feeling, too, about the abuse that we assume that he is going through. I mean, he's got to be a really smart kid.
Yep.
And, there is these places that, I know, like for
Exceptional children.
women.
Remember, I read y'all about that place. It was for the gifted autistic children. It was for very
Yeah,
high functioning, and it was for smart people. And they went on excursions, like these little trips. And I'm like, oh
yes.
my gosh.
I heard that lady say that. But what I was thinking is that, you know how, like, you've got these people that will take you underground to hide from an abusive husband or something like that?
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe, and they won't let the cops know anything,
Right.
especially if they think that this,
Sheila, I've never heard that theory. I'm going to make a
yeah,
note of that.
I had that on my mind, and I thought, maybe, just maybe, with the teachers knowing what's all been going on with him, maybe
Yeah.
they made arrangements for something like that. Or
Well,
not even them.
you definitely have me thinking on that kind of thing. I mean, if that is him out there, it could have been that
Yeah.
they thought, well, with a
We'll,
group of
we'll
people,
take it out.
nobody will notice.
Right, right. But, I've seen that where women's had to go hide
Yep.
and from their husbands and take the kids with them. And but they'll hide you. They'll take you somewhere and they won't tell nobody. They won't tell the cops. They won't tell nobody. If they know for sure that you're being very much abused, then they'll take you out of the situation.
Yep. Somebody online is talking about no leaves on the tree. Linda Brookover is saying there's no leaves on the trees in February.
That's right.
Well, I do think in that area, because it is high elevation, that they're going to have a very delayed bloom compared to what we're used to in that
Yeah.
area and such. So it's very possible that literally was a few weeks ago. And that
Yeah.
could be also the delay of finding out where are they now, right?
Right.
We don't know. We really don't know anything. Seth doesn't know anything that he is sharing. He's saying he believes it is Sebastian. I heard him say that on the Pascal show.
Yeah.
I was listening to, what was this gentleman's name? Let me grab it so I don't misquote it. Tony Mathis, which is the PR worker for Seth now. I heard him say, well, I'm not going to say it is Sebastian. We want the father to have hope. And there are things that are very resembling of him.
Yeah.
He did say that they went there, and they were not allowed to see the video
Yeah.
of the child. So not
Yeah.
only is there that photograph, but he did
Right.
say that picture, Seth said, they talked to the person that took the picture, and it's vetted. It's vetted. It's a real picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
But, with Chris and Katie not saying anything, I mean, it's, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I know if it was my child, you couldn't keep me off the TV because I would be begging and pleading and saying, please bring my child back. If you picked up my child while he was running away, if he tells you all these things, bring him back to his dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well, and
what I'd be doing.
when you don't have anybody pleading, when you don't have the parent that was last with the child, plead for the child's safety very often, or even they have to be prompted. That's weird. When they don't
Yeah.
attend the vigils, that's a red flag. When they're never seen hanging up a flyer. They're never seen searching for the child. That's a red flag. When they leave the place that the child went missing and leave the state that the child went missing, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
And so those are all independently moments to pause. But when you add it all together, it leaves my back on fire because it means to me a lot of betrayal here. That's
Well,
my
it's
humble
like-
opinion.
She's, it's like she's like, I'm not worried about it because I really do know where he's at. Hey, I don't have to, I'm not worried about it because I know where he's at or whatever. Because I really, really think that if he ran off, like she said, my God, your child has no shoes on and not any coat, warm clothes, and you're not going to sit there and worry about him, wondering, oh my God, is he eating? Is he cold? Has he been attacked by animals?
or worse by someone. Hey, listen
Yes.
to Sheila, listen to this. Wiss brought up something really good and says there is surveillance from the day of the same kid. Yes, I'm going to answer that. Yes. And they point out that would confirm the day of the picture too. So they would have the date, and we still are not hearing a confirmation or denial if it is Sebastian. So I mean, some people feel since we're not getting notified that it's not Sebastian. However, need I remind you that the glasses were denied right away. The stuff found behind Texas Roadhouse was denied right away. The pants were denied right away. But we're sitting tight on this, and we're holding the line, and we're not hearing anything. We're not hearing anything, knowing that Seth himself is like, yep, that's my son. He even referred to it as a picture of Sebastian. He's like, in the picture of Sebastian, if you look how his foot's turned. And I was like, he really, really has his hopes up.
Well, somebody said the way he had his arm held, because he just got out of a sling, didn't he?
Oh, I had not heard that. I would be all over that if he did.
I heard about that he had just gotten out of the sling, and he's kind of holding his hand like that.
Oh my gosh. I have not heard that. Something I was kind of thinking about too earlier. Oh wait. It left my head. It literally fell out of my head.
I hate that.
Well, it'll come back in my head if it was important.
Well.
Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. Okay. All right, Sheila, think about this. So we've heard about all these CPS calls, and now Chris is talking about in February, the month that Sebastian went missing, he talked about this and said that there was a false report by Sebastian to CPS. And then Sebastian got talked to and explained that you can't make false reports, all right?
All right.
All right. And then Chris also told us in a different interview that he had not been in that home since the beginning of February.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lied.
No. Think about it.
No?
Why weren't you in the home? Did it have something to do with that CPS report? And what was a false report? Because because Chris made the comment. He was like, yeah, Sebastian thought he was going to make me have to leave the house. It looks like he did. It looks like Sebastian did report something. And it appears, just appears, like you got told to stay in your own camper in Memphis. That's what it looks like, Mr. Proudfoot.
Oh, my gosh. I never thought about that either.
I'm just saying, it looks weird to me when he's saying that, yep, it was something that was a false report and they got all over Sebastian, and that he thought it was, he made it clear that Sebastian had impression in that it was going to make Mr. Proudfoot leave. But no, it didn't make Chris Proudfoot leave. It actually came back on Sebastian. Oh, really? Because Chris said he wasn't in the home since the beginning of February.
Right.
Yeah. So what did Sebastian tell that was a quote-unquote false report?
Yeah.
What was so bad?
That makes me feel more towards Katie, because from the way she's been acting, it seems like she's going to take Chris before she does her own son.
It does scare me. I will tell you that.
But, maybe he, like I said, maybe he had been talking to people and letting everybody know how he's being treated. And all you got to do is run into that one person that says, oh, hey, I know some people. We can take care of this now. Just meet us at this certain time down the road or something like that. And they said, the dog didn't pick up any scent. So it's like, did he float out of the house? I don't know.
For real. I mean, and, the mother trying to allege this child took the heavy garbage cans. Oh, well, she never said heavy, but took the garbage cans out to the curb. You'd put your bare hands on the handle, both of them, both bare hands on the handle.
Yeah.
And there's no way, in my humble opinion, that the dogs wouldn't hit on the garbage cans.
Right. And plus, I think didn't they have dogs that would have barked?
You would think so, because they had
leaving out in the night?
two Morkies.
Yeah, they bark.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to talk to you. And,
Well, Sheila, it's been absolutely a pleasure. I am so grateful that you called in
yes,
and spent
I
some
will
time with
keep.
us.
I will keep listening.
And
Join the family.
and save the number. Save the number. That way you can call back.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All
You
right.
have a great night.
Bye, beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Have a great night. Aw, Sheila was awesome. Very smart lady. Very smart lady. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm going to grab a little drink. I just love talking with you guys. Breeze Hub said thud. Reason Katie check. Chris was taking care of it. In my humble opinion, right? Rondi says, I thought it was said Katie was against Sebastian living with Seth. I'm not sure. I kind of thought I heard that too. You might be right, Rondi. I'm not sure. Born Pack Rat. Thank you, lovely, for that super chat. $20 super chat, y'all. Thank you. You say, I'm so thankful for the universe bringing us all together. I truly believe we are destined to find Mama D and her authenticity, truth, and no BS approach. Sebastian Strong, right? Thank you, Born Pack Rat. Hashtag missing. Thank you, Born Pack Rat. Thank you, lovely. I appreciate all of you. LA says he likes anime. Like all the other teens do, my teen son does too, to where he wants his hair dyed darker. Anything could have happened to this kid. I'm not pointing fingers anymore. Thank you, lovely, for sharing that. Lorna says, just got here, was in the laundry room. Well, I'm glad you got your laundry caught up, Lorna. Come join us. We're going to be on here for another half hour. And let's get that phone number back on the screen, my beautifuls. Hold on. There we go. And I hope you will call in and give us your theory or your expression. Be the voice for Sebastian or whatever you want to share with us. At Be My Guest, call in 715-965-8617. Again, 715-965-8617. Thank you, my lovelies. Wiss says, no one tells a kid not to report, and false report is not what they would call it. That's what Chris called it. But I think it was something real. You could be 100% right, Wist. I kind of felt like that too. That's why I said, according to Chris, because we don't know. We don't know how false that was. It just seems like he went through it like, oh, he made that big point about how Sebastian thought he was going to make me leave the house. Well, you did, Chris. You did. All right, you guys, here we go. Welcome to 1111 True Crime at Be My Guest. And who do we have tonight?
Sylvia from St. Paul.
Hi, Sylvia. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm enjoying your show.
Well, thank you.
And I want to talk about something that is like an observation.
Yes.
And first I want to say, I want to bring something out that I'm an older woman, and when I get dressed up and have makeup on, and someone takes a picture of me especially from a little bit far away, I look totally different.
Okay.
So that kind of correlates with what I have observed, and I don't know if it's important or not, but it is an observation.
Are you meaning like because he has darker hair in the picture that they could have dyed it, or?
Well, that too, but this is on Katie's mom.
Oh, okay.
Standing with the skirt. She has a skirt on.
Okay.
And on her left arm, there's a watch. And also on the picture of the woman that's right near Sebastian. Sebastian is on the rocks.
Yeah.
Her left arm, she also has the same watch. I don't know if they're Apple watches or what they are, but it's the same exact watch. It's really, I don't know, I just observed it, and I was wondering if you could compare both their left arms and show the watches. They're
Right,
identical.
right. Well, I'll tell you what. Cassie Rocco was our second caller, and she's going to email me, or has already emailed me, the picture that she's referring to about the woman that you're talking about, this grandma. Or are you saying the
Yes.
mother? You're saying the grandma
I
too.
think it could be the grandma or the mother, but whoever it is, they have the same watches on.
Okay. Well, that would definitely be strange. I will
found that
definitely
very
try to look
interesting.
that. I will definitely, in the next day or so, look into that and see, what you're saying, because I find that very interesting.
Yes, and then one more thing I want to say
Yeah.
on Summer Wells coming up 3 years.
Yeah.
I have a thought about the whole thing, and it goes, a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
Okay.
You know where I'm going.
Not exactly. I'm
Gotta
sorry.
read between the lines. I don't want to.
Are you talking about?
Accuse anybody. I'm thinking that
The candy?
peppermint.
Okay.
No brace. Brace was fake.
Okay.
And Grandma could run around the back of the house and go down the hill with Summer. Real
Gotcha.
easy. No barking
Well, and
dogs.
Sylvia,
No nothing.
Grandma.
Easy.
Well, Sylvia.
It's just a thought.
Grandma did come back up to Wisconsin after that, so it does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Well, I'm speaking allegedly on anything I've
Me
said.
too.
And I sure appreciate how you study the facts, and you're precise, and you can hear you're nice and clear.
Aw.
And you show your face, and just a lot of good qualities about your program, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling, Sylvia. I hope you'll call back again.
Thank you much. God bless. Bye-bye.
God bless you, hon. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. I'm going to have to look at these pictures, you guys, because I see she's not the only one. She's not alone on the watch thing. So I will get the pictures, and that'll be something we can do in the next day or so. That'll definitely be interesting. Now, I do want to just go off of the beaten path here for just a second. I do have something that's going to be coming up, not tomorrow, but on Monday, that I'm going to be sharing you on the Idaho 4 case that I haven't went great detailed into until I read this poster's information and what they shared, and I'm going to share their post because it's going to leave you going, OMG, OMG, right? So I'll be sharing that on Monday. I am going to take tomorrow off, but we still have about 20 minutes, and let's see who. I wish I could tell who was calling in. I'd call them back, but I don't want to call somebody that just called me, and then I got the same person, and I'm sorry I bothered them, So feel free to call me. The number is 715-965-8617, and you can be on the air and be my guest, and we enjoy that so much to get to talk to each and every one of you. I absolutely love this. We'll be doing it again next week, and it is called Be My Guest True Crime Chat Time. Diehard Passman says, is this normal time for Mama D to go live? I just happened to check in while laying in bed and was happy to see you were on, but I thought this seemed later. Yeah, this is new. I'm so excited.
So much to get to talk to each and every one of you. I absolutely love.
Caller, you're on the air. Hello? Ah, they hung up. Well, let's try this again. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
Oh, well, hello. There you are. Okay, it's the same person.
Yeah.
Good. Something went wrong there.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I think part of it is, evidently we had quite a delay because I could hear the phone ringing, but I couldn't hear it in show, which was
Well, who are we speaking with? Is this Mr. Ifs?
it is.
Well, hello, Mr. Ifs. How are you this evening?
I'm good.
Good. And so I want to ask you, what's your opinion? I'm asking everybody, or at least I'm trying to remember. Because this is my thing. Is TBI on this missing poster made a very mistake when they wrote Sebastian was last seen on February 26th, which, as you know, would have been Monday, in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville? Or do you think that...
I don't know if you saw my comment, but I made a comment in chat.
Oh, no, I didn't
with
see it.
a reference to the Stephen Avery case.
Well, answer me this question first, though. Or is it part of that?
Huh?
Answer me the question, though.
To answer the question, with what you were saying about not being able to find him in the database, and then...
I did find him. He's in the database. He's registered. He is registered. I did an updated video. He is absolutely registered.
Right. I know. What I'm saying is with the date you had used versus the date that was in the actual database is why you didn't initially find.
You are correct. That's right. That's so weird. The whole thing's a mess.
It is. Just like, okay, one of the missing... My point with the Stephen Avery for a moment is one of the missing posters of Teresa Halbach had a date on the very bottom that was not in line with her disappearance date.
I remember that. I have that poster. In fact, it's a day before she goes missing. Yeah, how do you know?
It's like they printed the posters before she went missing.
Yeah, and how do you do that, Mr. Ifs? How in the heck does the place know to make the posters? And if you and I both remember, because we both have worked that Stephen Avery case over on Rubber Ducky forever together, and the thing is that those missing posters were originally designed by her own brother, Mike Halbach.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, they did a oopsie, and they did a news broadcast or whatever you want to call it, where they showed him sitting at the computer designing the missing poster, and he gave a little rundown about it, and nobody ever thought much about it because we were like, of course he's doing that. He's the brother. But then it was months later when we found out that poster was literally created and dated and time-stamped the day before her Teresa Halbach went missing.
On another note for a moment, did you know that Teresa's mother, Karen, her husband is not her husband?
Well, Mr. Ifs, hold on, Mr. Ifs, you, sir, and I need to have, and I will invite you soon to have just a call night on the Steve Avery case. But you and I both know you are about to open up a can of worms that there is no way we can do that on Sebastian's time fairly. And give that.
You're right.
We need to give that. Mr. Ifs, you and I both know.
I'm sorry, it's just.
No, listen. You're 100% correct, and it needs its own devoted time to fully get into that, because you're right. That's a big can of worms, and you have a lot of excellent points, but that'd kind of be like us we would never get back on to Sebastian. So let's table that. Let's table that.
Him of his time,
Yep, because you're right though. Me and you could, what, Mr. Ifs? How about this? You email me, okay? Because I get busy and I forget, and I say things, and then I'm like, oh, it's like 3 weeks later. Did I ever email him? So please email me, and I'll set up a time.
I will definitely email. What I'll do is after you're done with the show, I will shoot you an email.
Yep. I'll respond in the next couple days, and we'll set up a call-in time that's appropriate like this, probably around the same time if that works. And then we can have one night dedicated to Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey, and Teresa Halbach case. And you and I can go back and forth because that's where you're going to have the strongest response because you know that
true.
case, that case backward and forward.
I've been doing a lot of digging and
you can update me.
There's a lot going on in that case.
And you can update me, all right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know I love you, and I want to say thank you so much. Did you have something more that you want to add on the Sebastian case?
Nope. That pretty much covers it for now. I mean,
Good point.
It's weird. The more I look at Sebastian, I feel like I've seen him before.
But you're from Alaska. I mean, I'm not supposed to tell where you're from, but you're not in... That is weird. You are from... Can I say where you're from?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Ifs lives in Alaska, you guys, just so you know. And that is where Sebastian's grandparents, allegedly, according to Chris Proudfoot, his mom and stepdad went on vacation after Sebastian went missing. We're just going to leave it there.
I'm going to have to... I emailed you something with regard to that, and I haven't actually... I've been sitting on it, but I haven't actually
email me it. Yeah, email me it. Email me it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did email you something, and what I was considering doing is maybe boots on the ground, doing a little bit of an investigation here for me, local, regarding this case.
Well, it can't hurt, and you can spread a lot of news about Sebastian Rogers. Get his face out there.
Yes, because too, me being me, I am in the know in disability resources in the state,
mm-hmm.
and I might be. I mean, I'm a little bit nervous and hesitant. But
well, don't tell us what you're going to do because a good searcher isn't going to share that part because I think that you need to keep quiet where you are and do your thing and then let us know if it's productive, right?
Oh yeah, I definitely will. I'll definitely keep you in the know.
I know you will, sir. All right, lovely. Well, we'll give somebody else one more call before the night is over. Thank you, Mr. S.
Sounds good. And I will definitely be in touch.
And we'll have a Steve Avery night, a Brendan Dassey night.
Yep.
All right, lovely. Have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Yep. Thanks.
Hello, caller on the air. You are my guest here. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Sarah. I just got to shut you off.
Okay. Did you say Kara?
Yes, I can hear you. It's Tara.
Hi. Did you say Tara or Kara?
Tara. T with a T.
All right. Hi, Tara. How are you tonight?
And you just started doing call-ins, and it's amazing. Your show is amazing.
Oh, thank you, lovely.
And
you guys make it amazing.
Your gut instinct is correct. I was watching Justin earlier. And you need to watch the end of his show.
Now, what he has two channels, right?
This picture, what channel?
He has two channels, right?
The Justin for all, the one he gets all the calls in.
Okay.
Anyway, my gut instinct has been that in my opinion, Katie's family's had her. I didn't know any of the background history, what has came out recently, and I can relate. I was abused as a child, but I would never receive any abuse from another man ever in my life. But there is one solid family member she has in her life who helped her back in the day, and yes, it's just something that needs to be looked into. It is going to take time for this picture, as the PI wrote in that letter today.
Yep.
And it probably will be, we might get information by the end of the week or early next week.
I just pray that my gut's right and that somehow he's. And I started off going, it was just weird. Like, it wouldn't leave me. My gut kept saying North Carolina in the beginning, and it kept saying, I need to know who Katie's mom is. I didn't know why. The more I followed it, and then it led me to talking to Seth, and then he said the mother's first name, but he couldn't give me the last name.
Yeah.
It wasn't. The whole scenario, and then it led me to the Virginia and the autistic care facility there and all that, and I was like, oh,
You're
my
right
gosh.
on the right money, baby.
I don't know. My gut usually
You
points
are.
me in a
You
direction.
You're
I hope
on the right money.
it would
Keep
mean
going. Keep digging.
it would mean everything. And I know a lot. I took so much crap because I pulled
You can take my number and you can call me after the show.
well,
We'll have a little chat.
it told me, like everybody was like, oh my gosh, she went nuts and she thinks she has this tip and she wants to talk to Seth. And now look where we are. Now we're seeing a picture that really does resemble Sebastian. So I'm just saying,
And you
I
gotta
might.
remember all the other pictures are of him when he was younger. And on the
Yeah.
missing poster that we print out, the post is strawberry blonde.
Well, and Seth did say that he betted the person.
And that you were right, the date of the February 25th, 26th. The 25th, the reason why they had to put that is because the last living proof of life was him leaving the Texas State Roadhouse.
But it doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm going to ask you, do you think that's a typo from TBI on the missing poster where it says last seen? Sebastian last seen on the 26th, which would have been Monday, and it says in the area of the Stafford. It never says in the
Might
home.
be because that's when she reported it,
I don't know.
but the last proof of life was 25th.
Right. I agree.
So yeah, I don't know if it's a typing error or if that's how they have to write it.
Well, I sure appreciate that you called in.
I'm going to do some digging for
Yeah.
that because I know someone who works closely with the Nick.
Oh, good.
I can't remember her name. She's been doing it for a very long time, and she just had a baby.
Well, I
I
appreciate
feel
anybody
okay,
getting
but-
Sebastian's name out there. Let's do a little
Yeah.
statement out there for everybody that's listening. If you do have information, let's get his actual poster up on the screen. And let's do this little thing that we
I
want
don't.
to
I
do.
just heard it on Justin's show. I don't have any information. I just heard it on the show today.
Yeah. Well, we're showing it
So-
right now on the screen. I've got up his missing poster. So if you're listening with me and Kara, we would like you to know that this is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He's 15, a male, white, brown hair, could be dark hair. Hair could be dyed. Brown eyes, 5'5", weighs approximately 120 pounds. He is missing from Sumner County, Tennessee, Hendersonville. And it says on here that he's been missing since the 26th of February. And so if you have any information about Sebastian and you see him, call out his name and say, like Seth said, hey, Sebastian, do you know your dad's looking for you? And also, if you see him, call 911. Now, if you have any tip, make sure you call 615-451-3838. And the other number you could call, if you don't remember that, is 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Thank you very much. I'm calling all the way in from Canada.
Oh my gosh. You guys, we are all around the world, 25,000 strong. And we are Sebastian's Army too. We are Sebastian Strong.
That's right.
That's right.
Thank you for all the hard work you do.
Thank
But
you
you're
for
on the
calling
right
in and
track,
all
sweetheart.
the support that you guys offer. I love it, Kara. I really, really do.
Have a great evening.
Thank you, lovely. Good night. All right, you guys. That is the last call of the night. We're going to put this on standby. That was a beautiful caller. I'm just saying, I am so blessed to have this 1111. Oh, should we take this? We're going to take one more, you guys. My eyeballs are floating. I got to pee, but I'm going to do it. Here we go. Caller, you are on the air. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. Be my guest. Who are we speaking with, please?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, my name's Debbie from California.
Hi, Debbie. How are you tonight?
I'm doing okay. I just wanted to say I had one of those moments that you had
Okay.
just recently.
Okay.
About, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No. I'm lost.
Okay, when you thought that man was holding him or was keeping him, Sebastian, there was a man online that was saying that he had him.
Oh, I never thought he had him. I just was curious what people were saying. I never thought he had him.
Oh,
I
well,
thought he
no,
was a faker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you had to go to the authority.
No, I didn't go to nobody. I think you got me confused. I had nothing to do with that. I didn't even hardly talk about that, hon. But tell me about your moment. Share your moment.
My moment is, because I was panicking like you were panicking that day.
Oh, where I wanted to. Okay, mine wasn't about that man. I was panicking that day because I found out some information that Penny Payne actually works and is the head of the autistic gifted children's thing, and it's within just a few miles of Katie's dad in Virginia. And I was like, oh my golly, what if she gave him to family? Yeah, that was my thing. But go ahead, share with your story.
So this is what it was. I've been watching everybody's show.
Yeah.
Everybody's, okay. And I just put all the clues together.
Okay.
And it just made me crazy. Because you were saying, do all the mental hospitals, check for all the mental hospitals.
Yes.
And then Seth came on a podcast and said, Chris told me if I went to church, I would be able to find him.
Yeah.
And so, and then this other lady was saying, it's got to be off of Route 412. So I typed in mental hospitals off of Route 412.
Okay.
And it came to this area. It has a church, like diagonally across from it.
Oh, wow.
It had a tire mechanic place diagonally the opposite of the mental hospital itself.
Oh, geez.
And I kid you not, Mama D, I zoomed in on Google Earth, and Lord, there's a street called Love.
LOVE, love?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
And you kept repeating it. They keep saying this child is loved. This child is loved.
Right.
This child is loved. And I was freaking out.
Well, you know what? I am just so grateful
I emailed
that
Tommy Jude. Okay, I emailed Tommy Jude, and we've been emailing each other's back and forth. He's only Mama D would think I'm not crazy right now.
I don't think you're crazy. I'm just appreciative that people like yourself are taking the time to invest into finding Sebastian with whatever they can do to help. I really do mean that.
Yes, but I love your show.
Thank you. Guess what? Guess what, Debbie? Born Pack Rat just gifted 5 memberships. We've got, yay! We got Missy Motormouth, Nancy Cargan, Jamie, Sherry Cross, welcome back, lovely, and welcome back, Candy Rapper 420. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Born Pack Rat. Thank you. You know, Debbie, okay. I have those moments just like you where stuff starts fitting together, and you know me, I'm gonna like, when I found out,
into it.
Yeah, when I found out that Penny Payne was like the head of this autistic gifted center, my heart rushed with hope. I was like, please be there, you know?
Oh, God, yes. But I could see that. I don't know how they could do that, that she could just leave him in a place without anyone knowing.
I don't know either. I don't know
how.
I'm going to hold on to hope. I'm going to hold on to hope. Seth seems to think that this could be Sebastian. He really thinks that's Sebastian in that picture. They have the video, you know, their security video at that mountain place, that grandfather place, whatever it was in North Carolina.
Who are they saying that is? It's Katie's grandma?
No. Nobody knows who. Oh, I see what you're saying. Others are suspecting that it could be Katie's mother or grandmother. There's a watch in a picture that they're going to email me.
Right.
Something we'll probably do on Monday together or maybe Tuesday, right?
Yeah, but they were saying that she looks like the same person that was hugging Seth at a vigil.
But we do know that's not. Those are two different people. We do know that.
So
we
this
did.
is a different picture. Okay.
Yep. Two different women. But I am curious about this watch, and I feel with not only one person, I can't remember if it was Sheila. One of our beautiful callers tonight had brought up that watch. Oh, it was Sylvia. And then I'm going to get an email from Cassie Rocco that has the same picture, and I'll be able to kind of look at it, kind of dig into it over probably tomorrow, and then come back and kind of share with you guys and let you do, what you think.
Yeah. Oh, and your joyful dolphin, she was saying her thing, and I listened to Greg Norrie, Coast to Coast, and I swear to God, he said that same thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was like, is that her dad?
You just never know. You never know.
Yeah, I'm like, Greg Norrie, because he came up with this, my daughter, she had this vision, and she was standing, and there was ashes falling off on her, and we didn't know what it was for until it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to Sebastian, I really do have a lot of hope. I hope everybody does. I'm not trying to build up false hope. I'm trying to hold on to real hope. This has me hopeful when we hear from Seth that this person that took this photo was vetted. They spoke to her. That means it's not an AI. It's not fake. They've been vetted. The metadata's been checked. And so that's extremely helpful. And like I said, we haven't heard any negativeness. Like with the pants, the glasses. Yeah.
No news is good news, right?
I think you're right. Well, Debbie, lovely, I need to get off here because, I need to get.
Mama D. I love you, and I love your channel.
I love you too. I'm actually going to keep you on, Debbie. Don't hang up. You're gonna sign off with me, for everybody because I need to go tinkle and my eyeballs are floating. That's the only reason I need off here. So, from me and Debbie, we want to say we love you.
We love you to the moon and back.
To the moon and back. That's right. That's right. That's right. I love you guys. Let's get our music going, you guys. All right, my love. Thank you so much, Debbie, for being a part of this. I appreciate you. I look forward to hearing from you again, so save the number.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right, you guys. We love you to the moon and back. And with that, we are Sebastian Strong. Keep looking for him and keep the hope alive. Thank you, guys.
You can tell yourself and all our friends I was wrong and you were right. But your sins that happened in the dark will come out in the light. I'm not gonna waste my breath, I won't put up a fight. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say surely as the seasons change, you'll feel like every finger points at you, 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper, and the months are gonna talk, until the years yell out the truth. And time will tell, time will tell on you. It's gonna tell on you.